No, you don't. Stop.
That right there. A mysterious spiral appearing in the middle of the northern lights in Alaska. Scientists say it happened just before 2 a.m. Saturday, lasted for just a couple of minutes. Scientists say that spiral was likely...
I'm the boss here. Come on, we're going this way. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're having a good day today. It's supposed to get almost 50 today, so that's not too bad. Still would like it to be a little bit warmer. Anyways, talk about a few things. Important, I think. You know, as always, how are we being fooled? Anyways, have you heard, before we get to that, you seen this stuff? I'll show a little clip about the portal, or people are wondering what it is, over the UK, which is, you know, not far from where CERN is located. I know I was in a chat and there's some people don't realize what CERN is. We'll do a video on that. There's a couple of these things I'm going to talk about that we'll do more in-depth videos or lives on later. But CERN, for those who don't know, is like the particle physics, nuclear study of nuclear technology, right? Where they're busting the particles into each other, slamming them into each other. It's like, I think, 6 miles around underground of Switzerland. We'll get more in depth in that later. But, you know, they're trying to find a God particle. Some people, even some of the scientists have come out and said they're opening portals. And maybe this is where some of these weird sightings are coming from that people are wanting to say are aliens, but more likely demons. But we have this thing. What do you make of this?
Looking up at the sky last night, you might have suspected you were seeing your first UFO. Can I just say, this really happened. We haven't manufactured this.
It's not an April Fool. Yeah,
No.
This is a large blue and white spiral appearing in the night sky above parts of the UK about 8 o'clock last night. Did you see it? It was visible for several minutes before it then just faded away. So we've been trying to find out what it was.
Well, it's believed to have been caused by this.
Eh?
The SpaceX rocket that was in Florida launching Falcon 9. It's reusable from Elon Musk. It was on a classified United States government mission.
Have you been reading about this on a WhatsApp? It's thought the spiral was formed when the rocket then ejected its leftover fuel and froze in the air due to the altitude. Light was then reflected off the frozen fuel, making it visible like that here on Earth.
What's your thoughts? What do you think about that? Anyways, otherwise we have, let's talk about also Trump announced the other day that the new fighter jet, F-47, right? Go figure. But it's been out for a while. I'll see if I can find a clip and show that.
Is going to be awarding the contract for the next generation air dominance platform to Boeing. As you know, it was highly competed for. There was a lot of competition, generals, and it's been going on for a long time. Very, very tough competition, but this plane is produced numbers that nobody's ever seen before. The F-47 will be the most advanced, most capable, most lethal aircraft ever built. An experimental version of the plane has secretly been flying for almost 5 years, and we're confident that it massively overpowers the capabilities of any other nation. There's no other nation. We know every other plane. I've seen every one of them, and it's not even close. This is a next level. The F-47 is equipped with state-of-the-art stealth technology. It's virtually unseeable and unprecedented power. It's got the most power of any jet of its kind ever made. Maneuverability, likewise, is there's never been anything like it, despite the power and speed. This plane flies with drones. It flies with many, many drones, as many as you want, and it's a technology that's new, but it doesn't fly by itself. It flies with many drones, as many as we want.
Ponder that for a moment. Let me get a little bit off track. Not really. It kind of is same subject, but let's consider a few things for a moment. About us being fooled. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's just the truth. You got the left are too damn brainwashed, and they're too scared to listen with an open mind for anything with right-leaning views. However, the right is the same way, and I say this kind of stuff a lot, right? But it's just the truth. The right refuses to hear anything the left has to say, and the left refuses to hear anything the right has to say. And therein, we stay divided. That's how we do it around here, right? Well, anyways, so, because if we take our minds off, it don't matter, the news sources you listen to, all this and that, turn off the television, open your eyes. That's all I'm saying to all of us, right? And we're all guilty of it to one extent or another. But just consider some things, right? And, now we have, I'll get back on track here in a minute, but we just announced that there was a leak about the war plans, right? One, Trump is telling us how bad war is. All of them are on the right. They're telling us how bad war is, and we got to stop this war between Russia and Ukraine, which I agree. But war is either bad or it is not, right? We're picking and choosing, because there's the other nation that we've been slaughtering people, and that's okay though, for their will. We're not standing up saying we're going to cut funding to you guys. We're going to continue to fund that nation. We're going to continue to fund that atrocities, right? Anyways, so it came out that most likely Hegseth, right? Pete Hegseth, accidentally released or revealed their plans for war. Our plans, right? America's plans, war plans. And now they're coming out real quick saying, oh, it never happened. Well, even their beloved Fox News reported on it, okay? I believe it's true, and the thing is, it's like people on the right, I've heard the arguments already. Oh, I don't buy it. Oh, I'm not buying it. You don't want to buy anything negative, right? And the left is the same way, right? They won't listen to or buy into anything that's negative against their party. That's a problem. That's a problem for us here in America. We need to get back to the basics of the Constitution, right? We're being promised we're going to get back to constitutional law. It ain't happening, right? Broken promises all the time. We're being fooled all the time. Before we go on further, let's consider this. People don't want to believe it. They want to put because their ears are being tickled. They like the stuff they're hearing, and from one side or the other. And I'm sorry, you lefties, you need to dump these lunatics that are. A lot of times you can tell just by looking at them. Okay, judge not. Well, I'm sorry. These days, you can look at certain people and totally see which side they're from. But the same goes for the other side. You can totally hear their arguments and hear how brainwashed they are. Oh, I'm not buying into that. I'm not buying. I assure you that story didn't just come out from nowhere. This stuff happens all the time. But the problem is they want to act like Trump's cabinet isn't careless or don't make mistakes, right? But I mean, I get it, because the left is the same way. They want to act like all this ungodly nonsense that's come out from there is perfectly okay and whatever. Let's consider this. First of all, let's consider my situation out here, right? And what got me here? Well, it was corruption of public servants, corruption from the people who my tax dollars were supporting, corruption of the heart, right? Whether you like it or not, you're either right with God or you're not. And if you're not right with the one true God, then you're wrong, period. That's what I got to say about it, right? Just like a liar, right? If a person lies, then they are a liar. That's just how it is. And I don't care what it is. Oh, I'm just joking or this and that. No, I learned that a long time ago. And it's not like we don't all slip up or think we're, having a little fun, making a little joke here and there. But I've learned myself that it don't matter, even if I am just teasing around or whatever. If I realize that something I said or, was actually a lie, I don't let it stay that way till the sun goes down, right? Before the sun goes down, I correct that to whoever it needs to be, okay? The goal is to be right with God, and for me, right? So that's your choice, whether you want to or not, whether you want to believe in it or not, that's your choice, right? But here's where I stand my foundations on. I'm, the wise man is like he who has built his house on the fountain, dug down into the foundation of bedrock, right? Of rock, into the solid foundation. And when the storm comes, his house remains, right? And the fool is the man who thought he was smart, built his house on no foundation, just on loose dirt. And when a storm comes, his house is taken away. That's biblical there, right? That's Jesus told us that. Smartest man alive. But my situation, I can't ignore the fact that a lot of this is caused by my very own foolishness and not seeing things, okay? At the end of where it all started is the one person I put my whole heart into fooled me, turned on me, here's my point. Okay, it was foolish of me because I've been already not in this bad of a situation, but in a situation where shit got bad for me more than once, right? 2 times before. And when I was being fooled by the women, by whoever my woman was, my ex-wife, and then the one after her, right? And that was twice before, okay? But it didn't put me into this bad of a situation. But those 2 were truly my own foolishness. I should have seen it. However, this time around, I was going to handle everything much different and make sure I did my best to do it right. And this person had me totally fooled. I didn't see it coming, okay? There, in the past, I should have had my eyes open and seen it coming. Okay, no excuse for not seeing it coming. This time around, I absolutely did not see it coming. And a lot of that is because I myself, I suppose, didn't want to see it, right? But this person took every bit of me and fooled me. Things that I never realized until it was too late. By the time I realized it, then I realized just how bad things were against me, that she was being against me. We're talking about 9 years here, right? For 9 years, I believed I had the one woman, even though this thought process was unbiblical, because the Bible teaches us different. And we can get into that later. There's a lot of people that don't want to see that part of it. But 9 years, I put all my faith and love into her, right? My whole heart. And it's not like I was perfect. No, nobody's perfect. Okay, it's not like sometimes I didn't do things to upset her, stuff like that, right? And vice versa. Okay, but those are things you get over, and it's stupid little things that, it's not worth ending relationships over, friendships or anything else, right? But was this person even truly my friend? It's bad. It's hurtful every day to even think about it, to realize, to wake up in this situation and realize what ultimately brought me here, right? I mean, sure, the public servants didn't have a right to do what they did, and they need to be held accountable. But now on the other end, God's judgment eventually is going to come along. This person should have never done this to me. And they know they shouldn't have. But it was because of her own wickedness going on that she didn't want to face. She wanted to act like she's just perfect. There's a big thing like the men are wrong and the women are just right. The point is, this person fooled me. A person I knew 100%, right? I thought, right? The point is, you're talking about 9 years of a complete bond, right? And this person's able to fool me. And I'm not the only one. We all have situations like this, right? And whether it be your love life or, a friendship or a family member, this stuff happens often with most of us. Especially because this is the way the world is and has become. And we don't want to see it. We're so far away from God. But the point is, if someone like that could fool us in our lives, right? What makes us so sure this is how people act, right? Why should we sit here and fool ourselves believing that these politicians are not fooling us? I don't care how much you want to love somebody, love your candidate, right? How much belief you want to put in trust into them. They don't know you. They don't give a shit about you. That's just the truth. They just don't. You're nothing to them. They don't even know you. They don't know you exist, right? But that person ain't gonna fool us. I can trust that person, even though all the evidence shows otherwise. Just consider that. A lot of people need to consider that on both sides, left and right. Okay? Of course, they could fool you. They do it every day. People closer to us do that every damn day of our lives, right? So let's stop fooling ourselves. Let's start believing that very much is not only possible, it very much is what's happening. Just consider that. And now we'll try to get back on track here. Now we have the whole announcement of the F-47, right? And then the announcement that it'd be surrounded by drones. We have how many promises now already broken by Trump? Already. They're like, on one argument, on one hand, and I get it, they say, you got to give it time. He's only been in there a couple of months. Yeah, and within a couple of months, he has already broken several promises, several important promises. Okay? We're going to get all of the JFK files. There's still 30,000 that haven't been released. Those are the most important files. We're going to make sure you get the Epstein files, right? They're on our desk, and we're going to make sure, okay? Do you got it? No. And now there's a point to all that, we're going to... we're not going to be mandated electric cars and all this and that. Acts like he's against electric cars, and now here he is trying to sell them to us. Just dumb stuff like that. Okay, we don't realize, right? One, the Democrats and Republicans have switched a long time ago. You know, their parties have totally flipped out a long time ago, and now they're just not the parties they used to be. And we don't see that that's happening again right now, the flip-flop, and we get caught up in it. Before we know it, we flipped with them. You know, for the most, right? Okay, another point. Trump told us, when I get in there, right away, we're gonna get down to this drone business. Well, now it's kind of like just brushed under the rug, right? But he's gonna tell us what the sources are of these drones. He's gonna get down to the bottom of it. He never did, right? But just use your head for a moment. They had to be testing this F-47 craft. Okay, the only thing they came out and told us, well, yeah, we found out that it's not an enemy, right? Those drone sightings, nothing to worry about. But didn't tell us what the source was. The source was this F-47 that they're flying around, right? Testing out. That's what it come down to. More stuff that our money was spent on. Our money was spent on, and they weren't telling us. I'm just saying, consider that. There's your drone sources, right? It was our own military playing games with us. Our own, you know, black ops playing games with us, we the people, our own people. And not just us only, I'm sure. Just things to consider. Your government is against you. We, the people, are their enemy. Anyways, I'm just saying, consider these things. And I'll get into some more important stuff and more detailed stuff in another video. Right now, we're just taking our walk and sharing some thoughts. Let's stop playing ourselves for fools, is what I'm saying. All of us, right? Why don't we all open our eyes and start coming together for the truth? You know, save our nation and what is supposed to be according to truth, not the lies we're being fed. You know, we want to believe in these people and act like they give a shit about us. These politicians who, you can look all around you on your local level, how dirty they are and the bullshit they pull, but we want to act like, oh, there's somebody at the top that's on our side. These people that get rich off of us every day and are never held accountable for their wrongs. And we're gonna sit here and act like they're on our side. We're being fooled, okay? I mean, people can look at my situation and say, well, I willingly played a fool, perhaps, right? Trying to do it according to what's right. Okay? I tried to hold on to the one thing I didn't want to lose, right? The one, you could take everything from me. You know, the one thing that was supposed to be most important in God's eyes, right? Is a person, not all the things. And so I willingly knew I was going to face a hard road, but I thought that that person was going to have my back and you know, be at my side and cherish me as much as I did her, right? Because you're supposed to cherish that bond with that person, not the things. And we're in a world now where it's the things that are important, not the people, not the lives, right? And ultimately, that put me where I'm at. Now, if a person who I've given all my love to and done everything for, if a person could do that to me, that I was connected with, what makes me think that these corrupt politicians on any level got my back or are on my side, right? These people who get away with everything and know damn well that they'll never be held accountable for anything they do. They can do, like Trump said one time in his first campaign, right? Oh, I could, right in the middle of Manhattan, blow somebody away and nobody would do nothing about it. Well, that's the truth. And we don't want to see that. Any of these idiots could do that shit and nothing will be done about it. Things that we dare not even think about, they get away with, right? I'm just saying, consider these things. Because, yeah, we've been in a mess for a while. But they have all contributed to it. And none of them are here to fix it the way it needs to be fixed. They're here to fix it for themselves and their high up friends. All this strange stuff happening now. All these weird things, and we're never going to get the answers. Somebody has the answers out there. But they think they're better than us and they're above us and we don't deserve the answers. That's just what it comes down to. You know, the times of tribulation are here. We're in it right now. Okay? Those who want to believe in a rapture, look around you. It probably should have happened already. Because I just take my own life as an example. The harder I try to do what's right, the more I pull out of the ways of this world and try to cling to the teachings of what God teaches us, the harder it gets for me. That's because these are the times we are in. Nothing's going to get better, and we're only making it worse for ourselves by clinging to the cult of personality. And there's people that don't want to see that. So, I mean, the people on the left that want to make their remarks about how brainwashed the people on the right are, well, I suggest you stop laughing because you're just the very same. Vice versa, right? It goes both ways. Every day something happens to show us this from both sides, right? I don't know. I just wanted to share these few thoughts with you. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you watching, subscribing, sharing, commenting very much. And let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep all of his commandments. For that is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. See ya.